All right, looks like I'm recording. So thanks again, and here we go. So as I mentioned before, my name is Brad Wells. I'm a coordinator here, I'm the third one from the left. And on either side of me is the amazing team that I work with in the Center for Educational Outreach. And really, SYP it's a team effort. All four of us have to be functioning kind of almost as one unit to make SYP work. Our director, Cassie, is fantastic, and she really helps with a lot of the policy and things. Jana, our assistant director, has been in the office for 6 years, and so she has the institutional knowledge of how all this works. She's had the experience of running SYP. This will be her 7th summer, and so we're really excited to have her with us. And then we have Katie as well. Katie will be her second summer with SYP, and she's a fantastic resource in terms of helping manage our staff. As we go through today, feel free to don't worry about raising your hand or anything like that. Just unmute yourself, pop in, interrupt me for a question. I'm happy to take them as we go. So for those of you who aren't familiar, Michigan Tech is located in the Upper Peninsula, and we were founded in 1885. We have way more than 70 accredited degrees on campus, if you count our graduate and our undergraduate programs. And all these programs cover courses from engineering, science, technology, math, business, and humanities, which, as you'll see a little bit later, are the core groups of courses that we try to integrate into summer youth programs. Just about anywhere you go on campus, you're only a few miles from Lake Superior, and you're very near the QNL Waterway, which is this fantastic river-looking thing that you see in the background here. So a little bit about SYP. We've been around for 50 years now. We started as the Women in Engineering program in 1972. And over the last 50 years, we've expanded to serve students from grade 6 all the way up to 11. And we've expanded from beyond engineering to include science, technology, computing, art, humanities, and beyond. We now offer 70 different programs throughout the summer. And we like to brag that 88% of our students are happy to say that they've gained confidence in their ability to be successful in a college atmosphere. So when is SYP this summer? Well, for 2022, we start our programming on June 19th. That's a Sunday. All of our check-in dates fall on a Sunday. And we wrap up programming on August 5th, which is a Friday. For those of you who are Michigan Tech alumni, that happens to be the weekend of alumni reunion. And since it is our 50th anniversary for SYP, we're doing some special things at reunion. We're trying to get a lot of our SYP alums to come out as well. So we're really excited to see everybody and hope that you'll be able to join us. For our courses this year, we're super excited because we've had so many new additions working with our wonderful departments on campus. We've added some courses in business, humanity, and law. We've got a stock market investing course, a cryptocurrency course, economic espionage, which is actually run by an FBI agent. Super stoked about that one. And our Wild Writers course. It's not necessarily new, but it's had a little bit of a tweak in how it runs. And so we're really excited for that one this year. Wild Writers is actually getting into using nature as an inspiration for your writing and thinking about making observations and applying that. So it's wildly, a little bit of a pun intended there, wildly applicable to all of science, no matter which field you go into. We have our amazing computing programs in collaboration with the College of Computing. We've got video game programming, which is super popular. I think there might only be 1, maybe 2 seats left in that course. We've got some courses on coding, mechatronics, app and web development, robotics, you name it, it's there. College of Computing has 12 different courses running this summer. Within our College of Engineering, as a partnership there, we have programs in chemical engineering, civil, electrical, and computer, materials, geological, robotic engineering, the whole gamut. If we have it on campus, we probably have a course for it at SYP. And in my favorite college, just a little bit of bias because this is the one that I graduated from with my master's, but College of Science and Arts, in our science and technology area, we have an aviation course where students actually get to go up out of CMX Airport and fly a plane. We have some esports programming, medical lab science, medical physiology, and a whole bunch of new programs out of our social sciences department on sustainability. Then on top of all this, we have those programs like Engineering Scholars, Women in Engineering, our core, previously called competitive scholarships. Now we're moving a little more towards the language of merit scholarship, but Either way, they're a fantastic program if you're really into engineering. Here's a full list of all of our new courses for this year. I'm going to try and highlight a few others that I haven't touched on quite yet. From our business department, we have Be Your Own Boss. So it's a course designed for middle schoolers to get the idea of what it's like to be an entrepreneur. They get to bring their idea to SYP, work with the business department as they kind of build it out, and go through the steps of taking a product to market, and then get the opportunity at the end of the week to actually sell their product idea to other people from SYP. We have a great class from some local instructors called Leading for Tomorrow. It's going to get into the core concepts of leadership and what it takes to be a good leader. How starting thinking about leadership now can be beneficial for you in your career in college and beyond. For anybody who's really into math, our math department has joined us this year, and they have a class on how math is applicable beyond so much more than just writing out the multiplication tables that we all had to do in middle school. It's a really cool course for high school students, and they're very excited about it. One other one that I want to highlight here is just in our social sciences department. We have Mapping Sustainable Food Systems. So this is a really cool interdisciplinary course. It's going to bring in a little bit of biology because they're helping plan community gardens. There is some sustainability because you're working with those gardens to make sure that they're sustainable for the community. And there's some culture involved too, because you get to interact with the Keweenaw Bay Indian community and help them to build these community gardens to benefit their community and hopefully eventually the community at large in this area. I will warn you, some of our courses are popular and filling up fast. What you see here is the most up-to-date list from this morning after we did some enrollment. So all of these are really, really close to full, if not completely full at this point. If you're interested, this is online. We'll jump over here and change what I'm sharing so you can see my web browser. Go. So this is how you can find our full and danger zone course list. This is our course catalog page. In here, you can see all 70 of our courses that we offer. You can click on them and you get a little bit of a background into what's going on. You can see the total number of seats left, what dates, who it's for, and just 3 to 4 sentences to kind of get you excited about the program. Top of this page, we have a black button, full and danger zone course list. The website would not let me make this red. Really wanted to make it red, so it caught everyone's attention. But if you click this, it pulls up a Google Doc, and in there, we keep the most current information. Sometimes that course catalog can take a little bit, maybe a day or two to update, just because of the way our system works behind the scenes. But we keep this up to date with our enrollments every morning. So feel free to take a look at this if you think a course is getting close to full. All right, back to the slides. All right, so we've covered our course catalog. So I mentioned some scholarship programs. We have a bunch of scholarship programs that we're offering this year. We're really excited about it. These are all done through industry sponsorships and the support of our fabulous donors at SYP. One of the first ones I want to highlight is our Women in Engineering program. It's running the last week, so July 31st to August 5th. And what this is it's a program that really focuses on the issues and the hurdles that women sometimes face in STEM fields. And so it's here to get people excited about engineering, and we have 100 seats on offer for that. If computer science is more your thing, we offer Women in Computer Science. Same concept as Women in Engineering. It's here to kind of address the issues that women might face in those fields. All of these women in or junior women in programs are open to all students, I will add, but we do try to make sure that they focus on the hurdles that women face in those fields. 18 seats in that Women in Computer Science class. Again, Women in Automotive Engineering. This is a really cool one. You get to work on engines, learn how everything works. A lot of hands-on getting dirty, if that's your thing, in this Women in Automotive program. Engineering Scholars is another one. It's what we've kind of expanded Women in Engineering so we can have a few more seats. We offer 150 seats in that Engineering Scholars program, and it lets students go out and rotate through the different fields so they can get a chance to have a hands-on interactive experience with Michigan Tech faculty, staff, and graduate students, and understand what it's like to be in that field. At the middle school level, we have a dialed back version of that so that it's more applicable to that 6th to 8th grade range. And we offer that, it's so popular that we have to offer that in 2 weeks. If geospatial engineering, a very niche little area, you like to survey and do things like that, if that's your thing, check out Next Scholars. It's a deep dive into this field. We get our students out in the field as much as possible to do surveying techniques, collecting data. They take that data back and apply it in the lab. So using, I think in the past they've used some GIS and other things like that. For this one, the cap is 20 seats, but we have 10 scholarships available through a sponsorship by Atwell. And we're really excited about that partnership. Another one in the engineering fields is the National Summer Transportation Institute. This one is pending funding from MDOT. We have offered it for the last 13 years, and we sure hope that year 14 comes through. And we're hoping to hear from that soon. It's a 2-week program because you spend about 2/3 of your second week out exploring the UP, looking at things like the Mackinac Bridge, the Sioux Locks, some of the railroads that we have in the area, some mining things, really getting into how transportation works and why transportation is so important to our economy. One of the really cool things about this is in the past, we have had the ability to have tours of the Mackinac Bridge. That did get canceled last year because of COVID. So I'm going to put a little asterisk by that and not promise it this year until our colleagues at the Mackinac Bridge Authority let us know what's going on. If trains are your thing, we have 2 amazing programs with trains this year. Railroad Transportation and Engineering, or Tracks to the Future, as the instructors like to call it. We have an in-person program that's been running for the last 9 years on campus. It offers 20 seats. You come to Michigan Tech, you learn from the people in our Rail Tech program. This one is actually instructed by a Michigan Tech staff member, and he is phenomenal with the students. He really knows his stuff. Very exciting program. You get to go inside of the Quincy mine and check out some of the old manual powered train cars like you see here in the picture. And then a new one in this area this year is a hybrid program for rail transportation and engineering. There are 60 seats in this one because you have 3 campuses to choose from. Obviously, we want you to come up here to Michigan Tech because we want to see all of your amazing students this summer. But if that's not feasible, because we are way up here in the Upper Peninsula, we have colleagues at Penn State, Altoona, and University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, who are also running this program, and they will be doing some pretty cool stuff at their campuses as well. Now I've gotten you excited about SYP and what we offer. So what does SYP cost? If you come up as a commuter student, it's $600. This covers your meals, so lunch Monday through Friday, and the tuition to be enrolled in the course. If you'd like to stay in the evenings as a commuter student, you're more than welcome to do so. We have guest meal passes available so you can eat in the dining hall with your friends. That's for purchase at the front desk. And then we have evening activities that are available at no charge to commuter students. As a live-in student, we had to increase the prices a little bit for the commuter because you're here for all the nights. This includes room and board, all of your meals, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and those program fees and tuition. This gets you everything we have to offer at SYP for $9.95. If you're interested in these competitive scholarship programs, each scholarship is valued at over $1,000 with everything that it covers and some of the additional lab fees that would be associated with a course. But with those scholarships applied, it can bring the rate down significantly. Some of them, like our NSTI program and our Tracks to the Future, are available at no cost to the student, while other ones, we have to charge a $325 registration fee to cover the costs. So how do you enroll? Well, I'm going to jump back to the website here for just a minute, and I'll walk you through the steps that you see on your screen on the website. So you found your course here on the course catalog. This class number on the end is really important. It'll help make life a lot easier when you get into our application. So if you remember your course number, you can go to sign up now. in here, if you're not ready to make the commitment right now, it's about a 15 to 20-minute process to sign up probably. There's some steps on how to do this when you go back, but we just click on our sign up now button, takes you in. You'll put in your user information, and this is as far as I can walk you through tonight without breaking the system and having a bunch of headaches to deal with in the morning, so I apologize. But from here, you'll put in your information about your address, your high school that you attend, kind of that basic personal information that we need to gather to be able to make sure that we have everything on record if something comes up while you're at camp. That's when you'll take that, as you get through that process, you'll take in the course number and put it in there. And then finally at the end, you'll be asked to pay a deposit. For our scholarship programs, there is no deposit due until you've been admitted to the program. So at that point, you can click on mail-in deposit and you won't have to send anything in. If you're applying to one of our regular programs, there's a $100 deposit, and we need that to hold your seat. We need that commitment from you to hold your seat so that our staff can enroll you the next morning in the course. In a couple of weeks from now, probably the end of March, early April, you'll be getting a whole bunch of confirmation information from us after you've signed up. This will be your health forms, your travel, how you're getting here, anything about medication that we might need or allergies you might have. This is all the stuff that we need to be able to review and compile into our processes so we make sure you have the best experience at SYP. And finally, you'll get a welcome packet when it gets a little bit closer to time to come to SYP. And within that welcome packet, you will get information such as what to pack, when is check-in, where do you go for check-in, all of the little details that are just kind of the last minute things that we want you to think about as you're getting ready to come up here and you're really excited to be at Michigan Tech. So as I've said before, we're a little ways up here in Michigan. So how do you get here? You've got a couple options. First of all, you can fly in to CMX Airport, Houghton County Memorial. The only airport that comes to CMX is Chicago O'Hare and United Airlines. So if flying in is the way to go, if you're coming with a parent, that's easy. If you're coming solo, please check into the United Airlines unaccompanied minor policy. They do have some picky things, and we wish that we could control which airline was up here and give you all a little more option, but unfortunately that is well beyond our control. The other option that we do like to tell people about, especially for people based in Michigan, is our charter bus. So we run a bus on Friday evenings all the way down from Houghton. If we're dropping off students, we'll stop in Gaylord, Bay City, Lansing, Novi. The bus hangs out for a day, and on Saturday night, it turns around, starts in Novi, comes back up through the state, stopping 4 times, and then bringing you up, and you get in on Sunday morning about 9 o'clock in the morning. It's a pretty great way to do it. It's all dark, so it's nice and easy to sleep. We have a chaperone on the bus who plays movies and is there just in case anything would come up while you're on the bus. If you decide to take our bus, it's $275 round trip from Novi, Lansing, and Bay City, and $225 round trip from Gaylord. The prices do go down if you're interested in one way, and all of that will be able to be noted either via email to syp@mtu.edu, or you can log it in CampDoc when you get that information in your confirmation packets. Now, a typical week at SYP. This is a slide. I've been toying around with what to call it because I won't say that anything about SYP is typical. It is beyond typical. It's amazing and so much fun. And as a staff member, I have a blast watching the students every year. What we try to do on the weekdays is have breakfast from 7 to 9 a.m. Then we get them out into their classrooms so they can explore, get into the field, they can get into the labs, get their hands dirty, get that hands-on experiential learning that we strive to provide at SYP. We bring them all back to the dining halls at lunch and then send them back out in the field, recharged and ready to go for the afternoon. After that, we'll bring them back. There's a dinner block from 4:30 to 6 p.m. And then after dinner, they have recreation time. This is where they get to go experience the beauty of the Q&R. They can go out and just play games in our beautiful summer weather where it doesn't get to 90 degrees except for maybe 2 weeks out of the year. I'm saying that now knowing it's going to curse us this summer, but looking around at all the snow, I'll take it. There's still about 3 feet of snow in my yard. So I'm ready for summer. In that recreation time as well, though, they can go out and hike to waterfalls, go to the beach. There's lots of different things to do. It's a great chance to get out, see how beautiful it is up here, meet new people, and make tons of new friends and memories. At the end of the evening, we ask that students are back on floor by 10 p.m. and in their room at 10:45, ready to go to bed and rest up for the next day. As I've mentioned, we have some SYP staff, and when I say some, it's actually about 75 students that we hire every year to make SYP work. And these are current undergraduate and graduate students. So if your student is interested in coming to Michigan Tech, they've got the experience. They know what it's like to be here. They can tell them about the winters and then tell them about the reward in the summertime. But their role there is to support your student in every way possible. They're there to make sure that if anything comes up, they take care of it. If your student were to accidentally fall down and scrape their knee playing soccer, we're there. All of our staff are first aid trained, CPR trained. We're ready for it. We try to keep our staff ratios about 4-to-1 so that we really can have those personal connections with our students. Residence life. If any of you are familiar with the Michigan Tech campus, we have Wadsworth Hall in the summertime. We get 2 floors of that building and they get cut off. They get tap access doors put up so that only SYP participants and staff can get there. And we keep the rest of the community out. We take it very serious that we have minors on campus. We do separate the floors with gender restrictions. And if any special housing arrangements are needed for gender non-binary or transgender students, please feel free to reach out to us. We will happily do everything we can to honor those requests. We've talked a bit about evening activities, but I wanted to tease one of the waterfalls that we go to frequently. If you're familiar with the area, it's called Hungarian Falls. Fantastic place, and it's actually a series of 3 waterfalls that students can hike to. Now, the elephant in the room, I'm sure, for all of us is COVID-19. It looks like we're heading in a fantastic direction. The university has recently moved to health and safety level 1. In our office, we are processing what all of this means. What this means for our programs, what we can and can't do this summer. And so we're working on a plan, and as soon as we have our response plan and readiness plan ready, it will be out there and we will share it with all of you. We'll host another one of these Zoom sessions to make sure that everybody's up to speed on how we're taking the best steps to protect your students this summer. With that, I'm happy to take any questions that you have now. Our applications are open, and I do encourage you to just jump right over to the website. And that danger zone course list that I showed you is not going to get any smaller as we get closer to summer. So jump over there tonight, take a look, and see what you'd be interested in signing up for. All right, looks like Nicole has a hand raised here. Go ahead.
I have a question. Do you have any pools?
Any pools?
Yeah.
We do. We have an indoor pool at our student development complex. And we do try to work a rotation into that in our evening activities in that 6 to 10 p.m. period where students can go up there and swim.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question. So we already signed up and put the initial deposit down. When is the payment due for the rest of camp?
All right. At that point, the rest of the payment would be due by June 1st of 2022.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Well, I thank you all so much for joining me this evening. I will hang out here for another couple minutes if anybody else has questions. But if not, syp@mtu.edu down here at the bottom of your screen. Feel free to send us a message if something comes up. Maybe you can't think of it right now or it hits you as you're chatting things over at the dinner table this evening. We're here for you. Give us a call, send us an email, any of the above. We're happy to help. Our student workers love talking to parents on the phone. So they always get excited when somebody calls and they have a great conversation. Thank you all again, and I'll be here for another couple minutes.